Hello everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to see process in Linux operating system. Let us define a process. Process is an instance of running program in Linux operating system. So any program running on top of operating system we call as a process. Program can be anything. It can be execution of simple script. It can be a execution of advanced script. It can be a database backup, it can be a listing of file, so forth and so on. Process can be a system process or it can be user process. System process is a process that are carried out by operating system itself, and whereas user process is a process which user initiate the process. Like for example, I did ls. For ls also in background small process get created and it will get terminated once the job completed. Let us write a simple C program to demonstrate a process in Linux operating system. So we have created a one program with the name helloworld.c. Alright. Now this program helloworld.c will just print the hello message, and we have written the infinite loop. So it will keep printing the hello on the screen the time we terminate it. Okay, so let us run this program. So we'll use a compiler called as GCC, and we'll say here hello.c, and what output we want with the name hello world. All right, now once we do this we get a one here output file. Let's run this output file. All right, now it's keep printing the hello world on the screen. So we'll say take one more session here. All right, now we have initiated this process. Let us check this process. We'll say ps -ef to list all the process. There are the lot of processes. Let us use a simple grep command to find out the exact string. So we'll say show me only string which match with hello. So it says there is a one script executed by the user vagrant with the process ID so and so. So this is a process ID that is 28699. This is a process ID. All right, and this number is called as parent process ID. So every process have one identifier, or we can call as an identity, and this number is a unique throughout the system. So we will not find out the same process ID to other process, right? So assignment of process IDs to the process is a job of kernel. So when the process start or process get created into the system, we called as process fork. So every process which fork in the operating system always have one ID which we called as a PID, that is process identity, right? Now let's check in other way. So let's run the other command top. So the top command is also will list the real-time process running on the system. So here we can see that our script is also in the top list, but we are not seeing it because it's keep continuing up and down because it's arranging based on the load, right? So here we can see that our hello world command is executed by the user vagrant with the process ID so and so, right? Now if we check this, output, we have noticed that there is PPID, right? The PPID we can check in the command, previous command here. This is a PPID. So PPID is a parent process ID. That means this process parent is 18136. So 18136, can we find out that process? So we'll say ES hyphen EF, we'll say grep, and let's find out this process. So we can see that this process is a bash. So this bash terminal, that is a bash process, is executed one new process, that is 28699 for our hello world program, right? So there are multiple processes is running in the system, but for sure every process will have one parent, and that we called as a PPID, that is parent process ID. And each process will have the user and group identifier, that is UID and GID. All right, so here we can see that user ID, but there are other options available. We can check out the GID of the process also. All right, now once we terminate this process, what's happened? Let's check that. So we'll go on the screen and we'll say Control C. All right, we have just terminated. Control C is the option to terminate the current process. So we have terminated. Now we'll move on other screen and let's check the same command. Do we have process? No, this is not the process running, right? This is only for this grep command. So for grep command, it's showing some output, but this is not the exactly what we are looking for. So exactly we are not getting the hello world script is executing. So no evidence is present that hello world script is still executing because we have terminated. Once we terminate the script, that process ID get automatically killed, and that process get terminated and that ID released from the system. Even we run the top command, we cannot find that hello world script anymore because we have terminated it. So any process when it started or initiated in the system, it always have a process ID. It will always have their user ID associated with that process. It will always have the group ID associated with that process. There will be always parent process to that process. That parent process we call as a PPID. All right, that we are going to see in depth in our next class, in our next video. Thank you so much for watching.